Hello and welcome to another episode of What's Inside. Today we have a special treat. I found a copy of the collector's edition Miss Cleo's Tarot Power box. This has the tarot deck that we reviewed last time that we looked at, and her book Keeping It Real, and supposedly there's a VHS tape in here to show us how it's all done. As seen on TV. Now, I have not had the opportunity to see one of these collector boxes before. I've heard of them, obviously, or I wouldn't have been able to track it down. And I did have the tarot deck, but I've never had her book or the VHS telling me how to be a shaman wizard with the tarot deck. Now, I will be mirroring this on my 40 and Research channel, so if you're seeing it there, hi! If you're seeing it on Roll for Sanity, or any of my other social media sites, then yeah. I wanted to go through this because of not only its crossover potential, but because I'm super excited to read her book and see the VHS. Miss Cleo died, unfortunately, in 2016, so she is no longer with us, so there is that. But this is still sealed, so let's get right into it, huh? I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the tarot deck since we did cover that in another video. If you haven't seen that video yet, I highly recommend it. But we will go through the cards. I'll just kind of keep it quick, though. Oh, I'm excited. Alright, how does this thing open? Yeah, here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a much smaller book than I expected. I thought it was going to be a hardback. But look at this. It's got real nice inset. This is fancy. Way fancier than I expected. There's the tarot deck. Here's your book. And here is the videotape. Alright, let's move the box out of the way. Give you a quick shot of the back of the box. There's Miss Cleo. There's her tarot deck. And there's some random text that I don't care about right now because I want to see this stuff. Alright. There's Miss Cleo Keeping It Real, a practical guide to spiritual living. Now, I've heard there's a hardback version of this, but I haven't seen it. This book is kind of hard to find, actually. So I was excited to find this box set just so I could get the book. But this was originally $12.95 just for the book. What a ripoff. This thing's tiny. I mean, this is a standard size VHS tape, so you can see how small this is. But it's 90 pages. 90 pages of pure Miss Cleo enjoyment. I hope she made a lot of money off of this, because she entertained me a lot. So, let's see what the back of the VHS says. Now you can see for yourself the awesome power that lies within the tarot cards. You'll not only witness Miss Cleo's extraordinary talents, but also learn how to use the tarot cards for yourself, and of course you'll be learning from the best. On this video, Miss Cleo shows once again why she is among the world's greatest and most respected tarot card readers. No one provides a more thorough and detailed description of what each card represents and how they relate to one another. Her accuracy will astound you, and her unique Caribbean charm will leave you begging for more. Without a doubt, this video is by far the best way to enjoy and unveil the many mysteries of the tarot. That's copyright 2001. Now, this is just a normal VHS, so it's pretty boring to look at because, you know, I don't have a VCR right now. I have to find somebody that does so I can watch this. Because why would I still have a VCR? Backward technology. Man, maybe I'll have to get me a phonograph too and miss one of Mr. Edison's fancy new devices. And it's not even rewound. Is it? Well, yeah, I guess it is. Okay. That worried me for a minute because that would be incredibly lazy. It is rewound. I'm just looking at it backwards because I'm a genius. So let's put that aside and let's go through the tarot cards real quick for those of you that missed the original review of those. If I can open the cellophane. There we go. Now, I was real impressed with these tarot cards. I don't think I'm spoiling much by that, but the box is really nicely constructed. The little booklet is pretty handy. If you don't know anything about tarot cards, this does have all of the tarot cards that you would need. It's got the major and minor arcana. So it is a really nice tarot deck to have as a starter. I think I paid about 10 bucks for this thing online. I got it on eBay for, I think it was 10 bucks. But it's got, you know, the layouts and the names of the cards. I don't know how accurate the VHS is going to be on this, but I'm assuming it's probably not very accurate if you're into tarot cards for fortune telling. Now, if you're playing Tarot, you'll probably actually be able to use this to play, or any of the other card games based off that were originally what the deck was designed for, before it was used for divination purposes. So if you're looking for a card game deck for Tarot or any of the others, this is actually probably fairly useful for you. Now, as I recall, there's some advertising. I wouldn't call those 1-900 numbers because I doubt they work. But the art's not too bad. It's definitely not the worst I've ever seen. And yeah, the cards are really nicely constructed. It is good quality tarot cards. I'm actually pretty impressed with it. Like I said, I'm not going to go through and read all these in detail because I've already done that in another video. But I wanted to kind of give you an overview of what the cards look like. And they are pretty nice, actually. That's one thing that really did impress me with these, is that although there has been a lot of questions, shall we say, about Miss Cleo's, the nature of her so-called talents, this is a pretty quality product, and it was way better quality than I ever expected. The cards are solid. They're, you know, not the best cards I've ever seen for tarot, but they're definitely far from the worst. They are, you know, have some gloss to them. They have some thickness to them, and it is a complete set of cards. You get the major and minor. So I was real kind of shocked by that. And the art isn't horrible. It's not the greatest, but it's definitely not the worst. Some of them are actually pretty good. And yeah, I mean, I expected it to be way cheaper, and I'm super excited to have found this box set, because Miss Cleo's Tarot Power, having the VHS of her walking me through it, so I know how to properly use the cards under her supervision and belief, is definitely much more interesting than just having the deck. And the book is a nice bonus, because I was looking for a copy of that anyway, because I haven't read it yet. And yeah, it's kind of nice to have the full set as opposed to just having the cards. But this is a lot harder to find than the cards. The cards are fairly easy to find on eBay, and I've seen them go for between, you know, $3 something and $15. You can actually get them way cheaper than 15 bucks. Don't pay that much. I won't pay more than about 5 bucks, maybe 10 if you're really nostalgic for the late 90s, early 2000s. But yeah, you can find the cards, but finding this particular collector set is definitely a lot harder. And like I said, I paid about 10 bucks for it, and I would have probably paid about 20 to get the VHS and the book. The book usually seems to run between 8 and 20 on its own, so there is that. Let's see if I can't give you some more information to work with on that front too. So that's what the deck looks like. It does come with a handy little book if you're new to tarot. I can't get over how good quality these are, because I expected way worse. But having the VHS instructional thing is kind of nice. If you're into tarot reading and you believe in the power of tarot, maybe this will be something you're interested in. Having the book, Keeping It Real, the ISBN number, if you want to track it down, is ISBN 0-9715399-0-1. It is by Miss Cleo, whose real name escapes me at the moment. But you could look that up on Wikipedia. But the book is called Keeping It Real, A Practical Guide to Spiritual Living. And obviously that's Miss Cleo. So that's what's inside the Tarot Power, Miss Cleo's Tarot Power box set. I'm going to put these back because I'm going to keep the souvenir box because it's pretty fancy. And it's pretty nice to have something that'll hold everything. And like I said, this is a pretty impressive box set. The book itself ran for $12.95, which is unbelievable price for a small book like that in 2001. But getting the whole collector set for $10 is a pretty good deal, I think, just for the nostalgia value and the collector value. And if you collect tarot cards, it'll be a nice piece in your collection that you could definitely have conversations about with anyone that remembers Miss Cleo's infomercials and commercials. So that's what's inside the box. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.